Now to a CBS 4 investigation. Our team discovered something you may not know. Indiana's state government is in the malpractice insurance business.
As Chief Investigator Steve Brown reports now, this little-known government program provides coverage to some doctors with shocking histories.
Grab the green. Good job, mamas.
Kaylee Bowman's life is joy and pain.
Here, mamas. One.
Her joy, 9-month-old daughter Mia. Her pain, that's every day.
I was not able to breastfeed due to the pain that I still feel sometimes.
He has no way to steer.
The telltale scars on Bowman's arms tell you just a part of the story. She grew up with weight issues, worked at it, and 3 years ago at age 22 had lost 75 pounds. But
I had loose skin, so I wanted to get some sort of reconstruction done on my body.
for the surgery, Bowman chose Dr. Scott Mims. This is his office in Northeast Indianapolis where the surgery was performed. It lasted 12 hours. Bowman says she woke up twice during the surgery. The second time,
it was during the liposuction, and it felt like a bruising, jabbing, kind of stabbing feeling on my sides. I was terrified.
Post-surgery, Bowman's pain and fever escalated rapidly. She spent days in a hospital bed, eventually fighting off a widespread infection, but has been left with scars and pain.
The scars on my arms have never gone away. They do look deformed, and I do not wear anything that's not long sleeve, even in the summer.
Bowman is one of 17 patients who've named Dr. Mims in a formal complaint with the Indiana Insurance Department. 7 were filed in just the last 2 years. Most of the complaints claim surgeries by Mims left patients with bad outcomes, including severe infections, scarring, disfigurement, and in 2 cases, patients died. All but 3 of the claims against Mims are still listed as active. Meanwhile, Mims continues his practice, has a current state medical license, advertises on Instagram, including a recent special on breast augmentations, and Mims has malpractice insurance provided by your state government. And there's an old story behind that. You see, way back in the 1970s, Dr. Otis Bowen was governor. He didn't like malpractice claims or the people who filed them. In the Indiana State Archives, we found this 1974 letter from Bowen where he wrote, "It seems to be a way of life for some people to sue whether there be a good reason for it or not." Not surprisingly, Bowen championed the 1975 Indiana Medical Malpractice Reform Act, which made suing doctors for malpractice much more difficult. It also created IRMIA, the Indiana Residual Medical Insurance Agency, the state's very own malpractice insurance business. $1.5 million taxpayer dollars were kicked in by state government to get it started. To qualify for IRMIA coverage, a doctor or other licensed healthcare professional has to have been turned down by at least 2 other malpractice insurers. Annual premiums run up to $44,000. Just 11 states, including Indiana, offer their own malpractice insurance.
For the most part, they're fairly small. They're designed to be what's sometimes referred to as the insurer of last resort.
We obtained the entire list of IRMIA customers, 119 in total. Now, IRMIA offers coverage to a large range of healthcare professionals and facilities, so just 56 are doctors. The Central Indiana doctors covered by IRMIA include a Carmel physician whose license was placed on a 3-year probation for overprescribing weight loss drugs. Also, a plastic surgeon in Marion who's been issued 2 letters of reprimand from the State Medical Licensing Board. And there's a Greenwood anesthesiologist where a claim was settled accusing the doctor of errors during a shoulder surgery that left the patient with severe and irreversible brain damage who would later die. There are plenty of other similar examples, and they lead us to this question. Why is state government today in the malpractice insurance business? Indiana Insurance Commissioner Amy Beard, who oversees IRMIA, has repeatedly turned down a request for an interview. Instead, we got an email from a spokesman defending IRMIA. Quote, "In the event of an act of malpractice, the patient and their families will have the opportunity to recover compensation for their injuries."
I don't think that that should be allowed.
Last year, IRMIA paid out just 6 claims to patients, averaging $111,000.
I'm definitely in regret.
Now, what we've shared with you tonight about Indiana's state government's malpractice insurance business has gotten the attention of Republican State Senator Ed Charbonneau. He is the chairman of the State Senate Health Committee. Charbonneau thinks IRMI is worth keeping, but he told us, I think the question here is whether we want these doctors practicing in Indiana. He's referencing the doctors with serious or multiple malpractice claims and whether they should be referred to the Medical Licensing Board for potential discipline. We'll keep you posted on this, and we are grateful Senator Charbonneau has